guys, so I'm just getting up here in the tree, and it's pretty warm out today. It's like 46 degrees, and I'm just sweating like crazy getting down in here. I have a Wild Game Innovations camera set up on that scrape that I'm sitting next to, and I got in here and there were no pictures on it, but the scrape is freshened up and bigger, and then there's another one next to it. So I don't know if the camera's not working or what, but one of these bucks has definitely been in here. I'm hoping it's my hit lister. Big framey 8-pointer. These does have been in here. I've seen 5 does and 2 sits. So one of these does has to bring that buck in here, I would think, but he's definitely traveling through here. Just a matter of when he's traveling through here, and with the camera not working, it's hard to tell, but only have so much time left to hunt, so we're gonna get settled in here and hopefully he walks by. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that, but that's just a monster scrape. It's like 10 yards from my stand. So well guys, the wind's been perfect this whole time, and it just switched on us. So now it's blowing right down in that bowl with about 40 minutes of daylight left, so that kind of sucks, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. They've been coming from my north, right along this edge, this shelf here. So if they come from the way those does did the other night, they shouldn't catch my wind until it's too late. But if they come from the opposite way, which they very well could, it's not going to be good. I was kind of looking at these scrapes that I've got in front of me, and it looks like these bucks are coming from my left and working to my right, just from the way that the scrape is and the dirt leaves that they're flying. So my guess is they're coming up from that bowl and working their way through. I don't know, but we got about 40 minutes left. See what happens. If we can't get it done, we're gonna try to sneak in here in the morning. Problem with this spot in the morning is this is really easy to jump a deer. So who knows, but we've got to take some chances with only a few days left to hunt, so. Alright guys, so we're up here in the tree. We got in here about 20 minutes before legal shooting light. Good thing is we didn't jump any deer on the way in, so that's a big plus for this spot, because it's a good quarter mile, almost half a mile out here, so I'm already looking at 12 squirrels, and I'm real close to starting to shoot them. But with any luck, we'll have one of these bucks stroll by on this shelf here, so stay tuned, hopefully we can get it done. hours, so we haven't seen anything, not even a glimpse of one, so we're gonna pack up, sneak out of here. I gotta work tonight, so I gotta go home and sleep. I don't know when I'll be out next. I gotta work till about Tuesday, I think. So hopefully get out Wednesday and Thursday. But good luck hunting everybody, and hopefully you guys can get one down.
Everything is not enough.
Alright guys, so we just made our way down in here to that stand that I hung, that I've been sitting for the last week. And on our way down in, we noticed a bunch of beds, probably 50 yards behind my stand up on that ridge. They're just laying up there and looking down this friggin' ridge side, so I don't know if you can see my stand right there behind me, but I'm standing on what was a scrape that I set my stand near, and I set a camera the other day, probably 4 days ago, and I've got 4 different bucks coming to this scrape, and 2 of them are monsters, but they're just peeing right on this snow right here. So we're gonna make our way down this ridge into that bowl, see if there's a clear trail of where they're filtering through, maybe just follow it, do a little spot stock action, so we'll let you know what we see. guys, so we're headed up to the vehicle now. I'm out of breath because we just hiked up that huge ridge side. I put on a couple miles, got down to that stand there and followed those bucks tracks down that ridge into that bowl, went around, and then he came back up. But we found maybe 3 or 4 different rubs on trees, and he's just going out in that thick stuff that's down there and moseying around in there. A lot of sign in there. A lot of sign going up and down that steep ridge too, which surprised me, but we're gonna head out now. We're tired and we didn't even jump anything, so hopefully get out either tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. I think it's my last days, so we'll see.